Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nick Flowers, and this is my Module 5, Understanding My Community. Give a quick background. My community is actually a connection of three communities, as I work for USD 309. That's Nickerson and South Hutchinson. Now, for people who do know Reno County, they know Reno County doesn't just have Nickerson, South Hutchinson. We have Hutchinson and Buhler. Now, Hutchinson is split up over three of those districts. Some students go to Buhler, some go to Hutchinson, some go to Nickerson. So it all depends on where you fall into the busing lines. So within the Nickerson South Hutchinson School District, we actually connect to three communities: Nickerson, South Hutchinson, and Hutchinson. So our community is a very broad one. A little bit about our customs and traditions. I work in a 7 through 8 building at Reno Valley Middle School. Within our building, we have a lot of different building communities. One is our Panther Peers program. This is an organization that was actually started this year. It allows students to be able to go and connect with our lower level students. Primarily our 7th and 8th graders now get to go down and make connections with elementary students. This is one of our many connections that we're trying to do to connect our communities, so that way these students want to stay within our district, as they do have a choice of Nickerson or Hutchinson. Another group is our PAWS organization. This is our parent-teacher organization. They're very involved, especially with school dances, fundraisers, and other opportunities. We have a lot of different teams between sports along with teaching teams. We have two groups. One is the 7th grade team, and the second is the 8th grade team. So these consist of the teachers within those departments. For 7th grade, we consist of a social studies, math, science, and language arts teacher. Some yearly events within our school district that we're known for is one is our Empty Bowl Supper. Every spring, we host an event to try and raise funds for the soup kitchen. We every year have students throwing bowls. They make about 100 plus bowls, and this is an action done along with our high schoolers. They then take all these bowls, paint them, make them look nice, and then we go out to the community and ask for donations for a silent auction. All of the proceeds then go towards the soup kitchen. Another night we have is a Meet the Teacher night. At the beginning of every school year, we invite all of their parents in to meet all the staff, so they can have time to discuss with any of us, to meet, find out about our community and how our building is different than most others. We have a yearly award ceremony. This consists, at the end of the year, we award for participating in athletics, math team, scholars bowl, anything and everything you might have been involved in throughout the year could get you an award, including, the classic, showing up to school on time every day. District-wide branding, we just went through this last year. Within our district, we used to have Tigers, Panthers, Cubs. We had 4 different brands that were going on within our district. So we went through and we did an all-district branding. The Panther head on the screen, you can see that is our district logo that every school in our built district now uses. The M-Claw, that's primarily for our Nickerson High School, but the claw around the letter, that's consistent. Reno Valley, we have an RV. South Hutch Elementary has an SHES and then NES. So we use the same branding no matter what building we are. Now, out of school, our district is right here in Reno County. So we're right in the middle of the Kansas State Fair. So every year we actually get out of school for this. Another event that does happen around us is the NJCAA tournament. We don't get out of school for that, but we do allow students to go to it. So we actually get free tickets, and our elementary schools go. Traditionally, our middle school has not. So population characteristics, Reno Valley has 160 students. We're a Title I school district. That means that we gain a lot of our funding from the state of Kansas due to our socioeconomic makeup of our district. In our district, we have more than 80% of our students participating with free or reduced lunches. This is a pretty high statistic. Our class sizes, we have less than 20 kids in every class. We like to have it so our teachers have the ability to work with more students. Now, occasionally, Reno Valley will get up to 21 in a class, but I myself have not yet had a class over 21. Our district has an 88% graduation rate. Sadly, not 100, but we're been rising. The rate before 88, we were at 83. So we've seen good growth and goals. Um, Now, a little bit about our community again. Nickerson, South Hutchinson, a combined population, we have 3,500 people, but that goes along with Hutchinson that has over 42,000. So even though we're technically connected to those 3,500, we also pull from that other 42,000 people. Um, within our two technical districts of Nickerson and South Hutchinson, our median age of household, Nickerson is 35, South Hutch is 50. So you see a very big differential there. Household with children, they're both sitting right around that 36 to 37% of people under the age of 18. Median income, Nickerson actually sits at 41,000, whereas South Hutch 37. So both right there falling with the state average. In employment, a big employer for our district is our school district. Siemens, Dillon's, Hutchinson Community College, Morton Salt, Reno County. Some others might be like the Nisley Brothers, because the Nisley Brothers have construction, they have trash, they have so many different organizations within their corporation. Communication within our district, we at our own building have a district website, phone and email system that can send auto messages out, and a social media page for Facebook. Not only do we do these, but we actually have a school news that goes every morning. We live stream it on YouTube, and then it's available for people to view throughout the year. Local news, we have the Hutchinson News, radio stations. There's one AM station, but 12 FM stations in our area. And TV, you kind of have to go through the Wichita News for that. Community groups, Nickerson Elementary, the Nickerson School District, we have our own PTO at Reno Valley. We have PAWS. So PAWS is our parent organization. BLT, that's our building leadership team, like most districts. We have our own Stuco, honor band, jazz band, honor choir. We have a lot of different community groups within our building, our own little cliques, including things like Scholars Bowl. So just a lot of things that are made up in our district. Nickerson, South Hutchinson, both towns have their own Chamber of Commerce. They each have many church organizations. We have many different church denominations along with that. Nickerson Community Center is set up where they have events going on, and many items from our neighbor Hutchinson, who has multiple theaters and other groups that are going as well. But I tried not to mention things that were mentioned by other people in our class, as I do know we have Hutchinson educators in here. Some leadership. Nickerson, South Hutchinson, we have a superintendent and assistant sup. They both kind of set the tone for our district that is guided out by our Board of Education. This is all then passed out to our building principals, and then the building principals pass it to our BLT, who try and set up the initiatives that we're going to follow and get us all going in the same organizational theme. And then we do, as I said, have a parent-teacher organization who will support us and give some funding to try and get things going in the best possible way. Leadership in our cities, each one has their own city council. Other than that, it's such small communities. Community leader characteristics, our school board and superintendent, we have a great open line of communication. If we ever have questions or needs or anything, we can go to our principal, who will immediately talk to them, and they'll get us going. If we want to go to a new training or seminar or initiate a new program, they are all for it, and whatever it takes to get our kids the best opportunities. We must have most of our Board of Education has a buy-in. Most of them have kids in our district, grandkids. They were former students or had former students, or often they were employees of our district. And they can be visibly seen pushing our district to the best of our ability. Economic conditions, USD 309 does receive Title I funding from the state because we are a middle to low class community. Now, the great thing is we only have about a 3.8% unemployment. 1% actually improved over the last year. So we're sitting right in that happy point of what economists would be. After all, 4%, you're sitting in a great position economically. Political structure, cities and communities appear to be highly supportive of district initiatives. If you actually contact most of them, our district and our community leaders are constantly working to see how can they connect together, how can we be in connection to make programs work. State defines most funding for school districts. I mean, this is a constant battle. Any of us who work in the state of Kansas knows our state is constantly seeing where can they cut from us rather than where can they build with us. So it's a constant question of what's going to be next. Some social tensions. Most of our district is pretty similar throughout. The biggest tensions that are visible is the two communities. Whenever Reno Valley, it's the first time the two communities come together for school, and you see the tension of, well, that's a Nickerson kid or that's a South Hutch kid, and we constantly are having to battle that. No, you're a Panther. It doesn't have to deal with what town you came from. You all have the same opportunities. The other thing is drugs are present and prevalent in our communities. One of the large meth producers in the country, but we do a great job working with police officers. Our district just initiated for a new school resource officer. So we're pushing to really make sure our students are achieving, along with having a school drug program where we have them having to be drug tested randomly. We don't know who's going to get chosen each month, but every month a certain amount of students are tested. And it's not to be punishing, it's to try and get them the help they need. Multicultural issues. We are a primarily white district with multiple religions. We do have a little bit of a growing ESOL, English as a second language, community. This is not a very prevalent one, but it is growing. That in our area is going through a growth in Pride connection. We have our own group known as PFLAG, which is a Pride organization for LGBTQ community. So other than that, we don't really have much of a broad spectrum. We have a very, very primarily white group in our community. Measuring public opinion. USD 309 actually has public opinion meetings. We invite parents and stakeholders in to have discussions about where we believe the district should go, what our community needs, what our district wants to reach out, and how the best way to get there is going to be. So we actually have a driving and steering committee to decide what is the next best thing for our district to go through. Here's some extra sources of information for our district. You can get information about our district and its grade through KSDE. You can go to our school website and get pretty much any information. 309 Facebook, we constantly are updating, have new information or pictures about what is going on in our school. City of South Hutchinson to find out what they are doing along with the city of Nickerson. Thank you very much and have a great day.